Good afternoon, everyone. I am Gayatri KK, Assistant Professor of Law, and your host for this evening. The law is not only to govern, but also to guide. This saying reminds us that law is not just a set of rules, it is a moral compass, a framework that shapes society, protects rights, and upholds justice. Today, as we welcome the fresh minds who are about to embark on a journey through legal education, we also celebrate their decision to become part of that guiding force. To mark the auspicious beginning of this new academic journey, I now invite Ms. Parvati Verma, Assistant Professor of English, to lead us in the invocation.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, Parvati ma'am, for that soulful invocation. It is now my pleasure to invite Ms. Kushi Bhiman, Assistant Professor of Law, to extend a warm welcome to everyone gathered here and to introduce our esteemed guests.
Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished Chief Guest, respected Registrar Sir, esteemed faculty members, HODs, dear parents, and above all, our bright and aspiring students, a very warm welcome to each one of you. It is a privilege to welcome you all to the induction program for BBALLB and BCOMLLB batch of 2025-2026, marking the commencement of a significant academic journey filled with intellectual discovery, personal growth, and professional development. Our chief guest for the day is Mr. S. Yashwant Prasad, Senior Associate, Legal Excel Attorneys, Bengaluru. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. I request Ms. Dipali V. Hirimat, Assistant Professor of Management, to present a sapling as a token of respect and appreciation. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to welcome Dr. Basavaraj S. Anami, Registrar, KLE Technological University, Hubli. I would request Ms. Deepa H., Assistant Professor of Management, to present a sapling as a token of our respect. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to welcome Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hirimat, First Year Coordinator and IQAC Coordinator. I request Dr. Anita Raghavendra, Assistant Professor of English, to present a sapling as a token of our respect. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to welcome Dr. Sharda K.S., Assistant Professor of Law and HOD of 5-year BBALLB program. I request Ms. Swarna Raj, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Management, to present a sapling as a token of our respect. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to welcome Dr. Sunita B.H., Assistant Professor of Law and HOD of BCOMLLB program. I request Ms. Tilaka N.S., Assistant Professor of Law, to present the sapling as a token of our respect. Thank you, ma'am. It is now my privilege and honor to take this opportunity to formally introduce our chief guest for today's induction program. Mr. S. Yashwant Prasad holds an LLM in IP and competition laws from the Munich Intellectual Property Law Center, Germany. He has previously worked at Sai Krishna and Associates, New Delhi, wherein he was a part of the IP litigation team that handled SEP, that is Standard Essential Patent, website blocking copyright, trademark and design infringement suits. At Legal Excel Attorneys, he is the part of the litigation and consultancy verticals of the firm, and his specializations include healthcare, intellectual property rights, labor, and commercial laws. In litigation, he represents clients in multiple fora across the country, especially in medical negligence cases. Sir undertakes a consultancy role and advises clients in IP prosecution and licensing. He is also regularly invited to speak at conferences and judge in law school competitions. We are truly privileged to have you with us today, sir, and we are certain that you inspire and guide our students academic endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivan, for that gracious welcome and introduction. It is our honor to have with us today Mr. S. Yashwant Prasad, Senior Associate Legal Excel Attorneys, as our chief guest. Sir, I now invite you to address the gathering.
Check. Respected Principal, Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunayya, dignitaries on the dais, faculty members, parents, and dear students, I deem it an honor and privilege to be invited here today and address all of you. At the very outset, I'd like to congratulate all the new students and the parents for kickstarting their career in law. I'd like to briefly speak about how I was part of one of you way back in 2011 when I started my BBALLB program at School of Law, Christ University, Bangalore. And I graduated in 2016, and thereafter I worked for 2 years at Sai Krishna and Associates in the field of intellectual property rights and competition laws. Using this exposure, I applied for a master's program in IP and competition laws at MIPLC, which is Munich Intellectual Property Law Center, run by the Max Planck Institute in Munich, Germany. Now, I'm back to Bangalore, and I'm part of this firm called Legal Excel Attorneys. And as previously informed about what I do, I work in the litigation and consultancy verticals of the firm, focusing predominantly on healthcare laws, one domain of which is medical negligence cases. And apart from that, I do handle intellectual property rights in terms of trademark registration, etc. And we also handle other areas including matrimonial laws, commercial laws, labor laws, etc. This firm has been started by Dr. S.V. Jogarao and Mrs. S. Radhapian. Both happen to be my parents. And the question that you might have is, when and why did I start law? I recall it was during my 8th standard that I decided to become a lawyer. After school, I used to go with my parents to courtrooms, and I used to observe how they would argue. And naturally, I built an interest in the area of law. Of course, as a child, I was too young to understand the nitty-gritties of whether it's medical law or civil law or criminal law. But the mere fact that they would appear in court fascinated me. And that is when I realized law as a profession is something that appealed to me. And also, my father, Dr. S.C. Jogara, he was a founding faculty member of National School of India, University, Bangalore. So during my childhood days, I used to stay in NLS Bangalore. And I used to visit his classroom. And I used to observe all his discussions with students. And that is how my interest in law started from my childhood. And I decided in 8th standard. And now, I strongly believe I'm living my dream. Now the question is something that matters to all of you. How do you start your legal journey, or rather your law school journey? I will be reflecting on certain aspects which I think are relevant to my career also. At the same time, something that I have practiced and hold value. As you all commence your journey in law school, I think it begins with one crucial step. That is, you have an open mind. When I say open mind, I mean you should have an open mind, or rather a curiosity to understand what you're studying and why you're studying. Most often what happens is we may not really know what is the significance of the subject that you are studying. But once you inculcate this habit of asking the question, why? That is when you build your curiosity and your very approach to the subject is different. During my law school journey, oftentimes I would have a doubt. And many a time what happens is, yes, your professors would answer. But in law as a profession, everything is not black and white. There are certain aspects for which you will not have an answer. Even if you ask judges, even if you ask professors, no. Because the law itself is not very clear. I'll give an example. While I practiced in Delhi, we used to work on a niche field of patent infringement suits called standard essential patents. Currently, there is no law that regulates SEPs, or rather standard essential patents. So how do we learn, or how do we practice that law, is by asking the question, why? Why is one kind of interpretation given to the law? And only when you start asking this question, will you develop your interest, and also you will understand the value of that subject. Therefore, it's very important that each one of you have this idea of an open mind towards approaching any subject. As lawyers, we are often told that we value your work depending on the strength of your communication skills. When I say communication skills, I mean we are always looked upon to see how well can we convey our thoughts. If I want to convey a thought, how effectively can I do it? In a courtroom, when I argue a case before a judge, the point is not about how well I speak English. No. The point is whether the judge is able to understand what I want to say, which again boils down to how effective are your communication skills. And specifically 3 skills that I'd like all of you to focus on. 1, listening skill. Always focus on listening, because many a time, even before we listen to what the client's query is, we immediately give an advice, and later we realize that should not have been the right advice. Second thing is how well you speak. I'll give you an example. I may utter 10 words, but I may not necessarily communicate what I'm thinking. That would effectively not mean speaking. When you speak, the idea is how well can you convey a thought. The same principle is applicable when you write. There are times where you write, but it does not convey the same meaning. Maybe it can convey a totally different meaning. So, as a law student, the goal is to focus on identifying and improving your communication skills. The other aspect that I'd like to talk about is the very approach to studying law. This is something that I have personally experienced when I was studying in Christ. I also did my PUC in Christ. I took HESP in arts, and the very form of teaching was very different. In PUC, I realized that I get good marks, but when it comes to law, the goal is not to get marks. The goal is to understand the legal principle. It's a very different approach. Therefore, for all practical purposes, I'm trying to use this term, there would not be any kind of spoon feeding in law. It is a lot of self-learning. So what happens is, it all begins with what is the interest that you have as a student, how you would want to approach the subject, what is the kind of learning that you want to do. And during my law school journey, I would focus a lot on understanding the subject from commentaries, textbooks, and also a very important source, judgments. You read them, you understand, and once you interact with your professors or even any other person who is knowledgeable in the field of law, that is when your understanding of the law gets fine-tuned. So it all begins with what is the kind of effort that you put in as a law student. Unlike earlier years, it is not a case where the teacher teaches you something you have to learn for the sake of marks. No. This is something which is going to build your foundation for the rest of your life. Therefore, the very approach, I'd say, is different. It takes time. Please be patient. But you will be rewarded once you enter the profession. While doing this, I'd like to caution all of you, please don't resort to any shortcut methods. Because if you engage in any kind of shortcut method, it can probably give you some kind of a temporary value alone. But it does not help you gain the knowledge that you need. Right now, I see that a lot of lawyers also, including us, we place heavy reliance on AI. Artificial intelligence, it brings down a lot of work for lawyers. If I tell ChatGPT what it has to draft, it is going to do it in a matter of seconds, if not minutes. Now, what happens is, I have seen a lot of students rely on AI for their legal research or their drafting. But once I start asking them questions about what exactly are the research findings, there'll be a stark contrast. There won't be any relation between what they've written versus what they speak. That is the problem with AI. There has to be you should draw a line where and to what extent you would want to rely on AI, so that the AI should not substitute your role to learn the subject. And while I speak about these aspects, I'd like to highlight one aspect which I was told, also one of my professors is here, about holistic learning. The word holistic is very significant. When I say holistic, I mean, as a law student, each one of you should ensure that you get exposure to different form of activities, including curricular activities, co-curricular activities, and extracurricular activities. When you do this, this is not just for building your CV. Building your CV is not important. It builds your personality. That is why it's very significant that you focus on these aspects. During my law school journey, I did get exposure to moot courts. I was also into sports, and I'm also a Bharatanatyam dancer. So I was into multiple areas, and that, at least speaking for myself, it did help me in building my own personality. And that, I think, is significant for each law student. If you focus only on building academics, it's not going to help you much. But you need to work on building your own personality. And one crucial aspect that I would also like to speak about is about internships. I understand that all of you are very new to the very concept of internships in law school. But I'll give you a brief example of how it works. For example, you study a particular area of law. Through an internship, you get a practical understanding of that area of law. which is why practical exposure to whatever you learn is significant to fine tune or to polish your very understanding of law. During my law school journey, I gave a lot of importance to internships. The reason being, until my third or fourth year of law school, I was not sure which area of law I wanted to focus on. So what I started doing is each year I focused on different areas of law. By doing that, I realized which is the subject I was not interested in, or which is the subject which I felt, no, this is not the area which I'd like to focus on in my career. So if you ensure that you get an internship in a variety areas of law, that is going to build your understanding of which area you'd like to focus on. The other reason why internships are important is because an internship can convert itself into a pre-placement offer, a PPO. If your senior in the office is convinced with your quality of work, he or she will be ready to offer you a job. Therefore, you never know when an internship can convert itself into a PPO. Which is why I'm repeating that please focus on internships. They not just build your understanding, but also can pave your pathway towards your future. And in terms of future, what I'd like to suggest is, please remain passionate about what you're doing. It's this passion that has got me since 2011, and I continue to be passionate about what I'm doing. Unless and until you have that passion, you won't enjoy the work that you're doing. You yourself will feel guilty. This is not something that I enjoy. So develop a passion. Identify an area of law, or if you have multiple areas, develop a passion. Only when you start enjoying the subject will you understand your future better. And unlike my time in law school, nowadays law students, they are approaching multiple professors, they are approaching seniors from different law schools, they are approaching advocates, and I think that is significant. That's a very good kickstart, I would say. Because unless and until you interact, start having these kinds of conversations, you probably might feel left out, or rather you might feel lost as to what you want to do, where you are headed towards. So engage, or rather you can inculcate this habit of engaging with lawyers, engaging with your professors. Feel free to ask any question, or you want to just speak about anything. For example, there are social media handles called Bar and Bench Live Law. They are news handles which give you developments of what happens in a courtroom. Now, I might read something and I may just have some kind of a clarification. You have a clarification, approach your professor. So, inculcate this habit of asking these questions. And as a student, how proactive you can be is how well your degree is going to reward you. When I say proactive, I mean how well you want to explore internships, how well you want to understand and read up new areas of law. There are multiple areas of law which are not very clear, or they are at a very nascent stage, like I mentioned about SCPs, sports law also. There are multiple areas of law which are not taught in law schools. You can find that as a good opportunity to develop interest and also engage in that kind of a subject. And I'd like to give one or two specific messages for our dear parents also. As a parent, I may be concerned about whether my student is studying in an NLU or a non-NLU. Will that make any difference? To my mind, I don't think it does. I've been in this profession since 9 years. This is my 10th year. And I can say it doesn't matter if you're from an NLU or a non-NLU. My father is the founding faculty member of NLSIU. Did I study in NLSIU? No. I studied in Christ. Did that impact my very understanding of the subject, or did it impact my professional growth? Absolutely not. If you as a student have that passion towards the subject, take the proactive step towards building your career in that area, and continue to focus, then I don't think it makes any difference if you're an NLU or a non-NLU. In fact, recently, one of the managing partners of a top firm said, when we recruit students from every batch, we don't just look at NLU students, we also look at non-NLU students. Therefore, if at all you have any concern, whether your child is studying in an NLU or a non-NLU, it should not make any difference. Secondly, this is something that I have learned throughout my childhood. My parents always suggested me to pursue any field which I was interested in. In fact, my father tried his best to dissuade me from doing law. He said, "No, you don't have any kind of baggage to hold. If you're interested in any field or any other field, please pursue." But then, throughout this process, I would ensure that there was a conversation with my child. As a parent, I would have this conversation with my child. What could be those conversations? For example, if your child is starting to study from this year, you converse about whether the child is doing well, whether they're interested. Sometimes, immediately when you start law, you may not have everything figured out. You need to have some kind of guidance. And I think as parents, that is one significant guidance that all of us can give. Students may not really have everything kept ready for them. They may not understand. And that's why it's important that as parents, you have conversations with your children and also understand where their interest lies. If they need any kind of support, how we can provide that support. For example, there are many family friends of mine who are not at all into law. They are parents. They've asked me, my parents also, my child is interested in this area, but I personally am not from law, so I don't know how I can guide that person or my child. That is when you get connected with other lawyers or your law professors to understand where exactly is the career path for that one particular area. Therefore, I think not just students, but even parents, all of you can play a very significant role in building your child's career. And with these words, I'd like to conclude and thank KLE Law College, my very own professor, Professor Harsh Pratap Singh, Professor Sharda, and Professor Manoj for your kind support. Thank you very much, and I wish all of you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words and valuable insights. I'm sure that our students will carry your thoughts with them throughout their journey. It is a privilege for us to be joined today by a distinguished administrator, Dr. Basavaraj S. Anami, Registrar of KLE Technological University, Hubballi. Sir, we are honored by your presence, and I now invite you to address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Dignitaries on the dais, the chief guest, Mr. S. Yashwant Prasad, Senior Associate, Legal Excel Attorneys, First Year Coordinator, Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hiremat, and we have two heads of the departments, Dr. Shaka K.S. and Dr. Sunita P.H. All the faculty members and newly admitted students of law. You have all chosen this law profession, maybe BBALLB or BCOMLLB, out of your passion. That's what Chief Guest was mentioning. And for all your success, you are responsible, and be passionate about what you do, and dream big as he did, because chief guest has law in the blood. Parents were lawyers, therefore he choosing law is something different. People who do not have any background in the family, once they choose law as their profession, law as their study, they have to be very, very serious and careful. As you mentioned, you need to talk to the lawyers, go during leisure time. The best advice which he gave is about internship. You need not wait till internships are being offered to you. You can go during your leisure time, talk to the nearest practicing lawyer, spend some time, get to know the legal terms, and that's how develop interest and curiosity. In fact, he mentioned one important trait needed for the lawyer is the communication skill. He should and writing skills also. Many lawyers which they draft, we don't understand. As a common man, we don't understand. I compare them to the what doctor prescribes in a piece of paper. Only that pharmacist understands. And so, what he wanted to say is communication is very important. If you have these are traits in your good communication, then good writing skills, then you can do wonders in your legal studies. Or what he said, law school journey. Your law school journey becomes more enjoyable if you are passionate and develop the communication skill, then you will achieve the lauders. In fact, he also said, um, dream, live your dream. He said he lived his dream. He wanted to become lawyer, attorney, he did it. Dreaming, as APJ Kalam sir said, dream is one that you see see during the sleep. Dream is one which makes you sleepless. Okay, so dream should make you sleepless until you attain your goal, achieve your goal. You should be continuously thriving and continuously moving towards the goal. That is what the determination you have to make once you have chosen this particular study of law. And in fact, if you look at, he made some comments about AI and AI, what AI is doing. He said about ChatGPT. And, in fact, morning there was Professor Vijay Kumar. He mentioned about robot lawyer. So these are not far off. They are already. They will be good assistants for you. Instead of lawyer having another human assistant, you can have like a robot as an assistant. And a lot of impacts, a lot of transformation you see in the field of legal studies, that too with the technology intervention. And when you look at the intervention and its impact, you have to be, whether you are a BBA or whether you are a BCOM, you have to be IT savvy. And now you should have AI fluency. That's what I keep mentioning. You should have AI fluency. You should be IT savvy. Then you can become a perfect lawyer. in the present context. One more interesting thing is he said about the difference between the law school, law schools and national law universities. You should interact with the students from national law university, and you should introspect yourself what they are studying, what we are not studying. That gap has to be somehow bridged. There are a lot of MOOC courses, you have. If you go through those MOOC courses, get certificates, and build your resume, and go for a suitable position in the industry. That is, even law is one good industry to work with. And law firms, as he is working with a law firm, you not necessarily go to the court and submit the cases, argue there. Many corporates are having law division. You can become legal advisor over there. So plenty of opportunities exist for you. And again, one more morning chief guest was saying, a lot of money is there in this law profession. And he said 95% of the money goes to good practicing lawyers. And if you become good practicing lawyer, you can be one amongst them, and you can make good lot of money. He gave examples of Arun Jaitley, Jethmalani. He gave a lot of examples. Per minute of argument, they charge lakhs of. Then how can you do that? You have to work hard. That's what Chief Guest said. You have to be proactive. You should not be reactive. Reactive, it's nothing like a postmortem. You have to be proactive. You have to work towards that and starve for your ambition and achieve your goal. Cayley Law School is Cayley Law School is a very beautiful campus. I went in the morning, went round all, and this Cayley Law School is having very good infrastructure, good faculty, and good ambience for studying, not less than any national law schools. You have trusted with Cayley Law School. You have made your wards join this Cayley Law School. I'll assure on behalf of the university a good academic exposure to them, good ambience to them, and I'm sure that your wards will prosper and become good lawyers in the society. In fact, he is a very apt practicing lawyer for this particular inaugural induction program, and the induction program is one which makes you more confident about what your institution is. You'll get to know what the institution is, how to interact with the people, and how to interact with the faculty. All that you'll come to know, how to have networking with friends. So this is one. A good induction program makes you more comfortable in your studies, and this is the right occasion wherein the chief guest came and addressed you all on behalf of the Cayley Law School and on behalf of the Cayley Technological University. I express my gratefulness to you, and I congratulate all, once again, congratulate all the youngsters, budding lawyers who joined this Cayley Law School, and also their parents who trusted in us, reposed the trust in us, and made their children or made their son or their daughter to join this particular law school and be comfortable, be happy, and I wish you all the best and have a great journey in this law school. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words. Your presence here reaffirms the strong academic vision and support we receive from the university. We'll now move on to vote of thanks. However, I request all of you to kindly remain seated even after vote of thanks because we have more sessions to follow. To formally express our gratitude, I now invite Mr. Avishkar Kumar Verma, Assistant Professor of Law, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. It's my honor to propose the vote of thanks on the occasion of Induction Day program. First, I express my sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. S. Yashwant Prasad sir. He's a senior associate, legal excel attorneys, for his inspiring and addressing speech, which will help the student to figure out and get more insight about the legal career in the coming future. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. Vatsaraj S. Anami sir. He is Registrar Kelly Technological University. He is a mentor and a beacon of light in the field of technical education. His insightful words will definitely put a mark. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Dr. Manoj Kumar B. Hiremat, sir. His valuable insights, leadership, and guidance has made us capable in holding this program as well as making it a success. I also thank HODs for BALLB program, Dr. Sadha K.S. ma'am, and for BCOMLLB program, Dr. Sunita B.H. ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for guidance and support. And lastly, I thank all the faculty members, staff, students, parents, and everyone who is present here in this August gathering, because without your support and participation, this event could not have been a success. Thank you very much.
I now request Dr. Basavaraj sir to present a memento to our chief guest as a token of our respect. I kindly request everyone to please remain seated as our dignitaries exit the auditorium. Since our principal, Professor Dr. Mallikarjunaya sir, is unable to attend this event due to an urgent work in Delhi, he is joining us all virtually through a message.
newly admitted students of law at KL Law College, Bengaluru, esteemed parents, invitees, my dear colleagues, a very hearty welcome to KL Law College, Bengaluru. At the outset, I express my sincere apologies for not being present amidst you, and I miss the greatest occasion. But for the inevitable time that pushed me to remain away from you, I certainly would have been there with you and tried to relish this great time. However, I try to reach out to you through this mode without missing on this occasion. It is indeed a great privilege to have the selected candidates at KL Law College, Bengaluru. It has been in the notice for all of us that you have not just walked into the corridors of KL Law College just like that. You have done sufficient research. You have consulted the people. You have consulted my alumni, and you have done your homework before you chose this course and this college. On the contrary, you also must have noticed, as all of you have gone through that rigorous selection process. You, in fact, have been the chosen ones with us. And it's time for us that each of us have chosen, and we must make sure that, that our choice be the right. Thus, on this occasion, I would like to make few appeals to the students who have joined freshly and also the parents who have joined in good number. That itself is an indication that you have made the education of your children and their career a priority. If we have chosen legal education leading to the career path, if we have chosen KL Law College, Bengaluru to reach that goal, few of the suggestions that I make for all the parents to start with is, as I said already, it's my misfortune that I'm not able to meet you in person today. But as I always say, at least twice in a semester, if not twice, once either at the parent teacher meeting. If you have any inevitable occasion that you cannot make it to parent teacher meeting, you please make sure that you visit us at least once in a semester, and we will be able to cater to the needs of the students, needs of the profession, and we will be able to satisfy your needs as well. So while I make that appeal to you, if I may have to talk about the organization that you have chosen after thorough research, let me also mention to you a few crisp points from my side that KL College Bengaluru, which you have chosen, is completing 50 years, and we are soon celebrating 50 years of meaningful legal education. And the KL society, under which KL Law College carries on imparting of legal education, has recently completed a centenary. In the year 2016, we completed centenary. This institution was built, KLA Society was built by 7 teachers in 1960. Those 7 teachers, whom we refer as Saptarshis, would have occupied best of their places in the country if they wished. Because during those days, you can imagine, before 1960, they were the graduates and postgraduates from the reputed universities across the world. Yet they dedicated their life for the cause of education, which was a mirage for the North Karnataka region of this country. That is at the root of KD society. And in the year let me make a special mention about this. And in the year 2021, we have become part of a private university called the Kerry Technological University. Kerry Technological University is a sponsored university of Kerry Society. Kerry Technological University itself has 75 years of legacy now, and having harnessed the autonomy that exists in teaching, learning, and assessment, we have been making very strong strides in imparting of legal education. And we look forward for you to avail this opportunity and have a wonderful learning experience at the college. Yes, having said about the college, since parents are here, let me make a mention about the learning opportunities that exist at the college and expectation of the college that the parents would also follow up the plans of their children so that the purpose for which we have joined today here will get rectified in the course of time. Like at this college, though academics are more important, we do pay utmost importance to the overall personality building and also the skills that the children have to acquire to meet the needs of the profession. In that direction, there are going to be curricular activities, co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, while it is mandatory for the students to attend the classes and maintain minimum of 75% of attendance. And lot of library hours it demands. Apart from that, the curricular and co-curricular activities like participation in moot courts, client counseling, and interviewing, trial advocacy, mediation competition, and so on. I would, with pride, tell you we are ahead in conducting those many activities at the college, and children have wonderful opportunity to represent the college and go across the country and participate in the competitions. The learning experiences that the children gain in these activities is enormous, and that will make them the future lawyers, future corporate advocates, and so on. Thus, in the coming days, since another 6 days of orientation will be there for the freshly admitted students, we will be explaining to them, we will be inspiring them about the exciting journey that they will have at the college. However, since the parents are there now, I take this opportunity to mention that parents should not only concentrate on colorful scores on their scorecards, they also must concentrate on if the children are participating in the other activities that are meant, in fact, to make them ready for the profession and for the industry. Thus, I would suggest you please take this as a serious approach in making them. I would only suggest it is the collective effort you have chosen through your research, rest of the college. We have chosen through our interviews, rest of the candidates, and it doesn't stop. The collective efforts of the students, of the teachers, and of the parents in terms of following up, helping them, etc., would only help all of us, all the stakeholders, to reach the goal for which, well, the goal that we have taken up today. Thus, I appeal for the cooperation of all of you. And let me also suggest to you, it might sound a cliche or a stereotype, Some of the stereotypes have to be spoken about. Like, today the scorecards do not fetch us the employment. The skill sets one has, the attitude one has, puts them at the top. Thus, let us all make all out efforts in imparting the skills, in acquiring the right attitudes, because they say attitude determines the altitude. Let us have that, let us try and develop that wonderful attitude so that we will be able to reach out to goal and have a wonderful flying careers for all of us. So another suggestion that I would like to make is that because of the technological advancements, while basics are very important, both the basics and the skills are equipped essentially with the help of technology. Without technology, I'm sure all of you agree, no activity runs today. Thus, this is not immune from technological advancements and its use. Of course, I'm talking about the generative artificial intelligence, which is impacting the education in a big way. However, we have got to make sure that Gen AI will remain the best servant and it will not substitute human mind. Though Gen AI will not substitute human mind. Gen AI is going to be a powerful tool alongside the library books. That Gen AI usage has become inevitable. Thus, let me suggest to all the parents what kind of smartphone that you give your wards is not material. It would be of great help. It is almost mandatory that no student can ever complete their education without a tab or a good laptop. So I would suggest all the parents, please do provide your students, your children with a laptop or a good tab at least. And I would also suggest you need not be spending money on the books. Library has enough books and it is a circulating library. Let the students borrow the library, study, make their notes, return, and exchange them for other books. So I think with these appeals on this occasion, I would like to place it on record and mark my further words that I indeed miss to see you all in person. Would like to see you soon. So for the parent teacher meeting. And whenever that you find time, I would once again very strongly appeal to you that you all shall be visiting the college amidst your busy schedule. Meet the mentors, meet the class teachers, meet the course teachers. Please do meet me too. That only is the way for our success. I think with these appeals, I thank you all for your patient hearing. Thank you. And once again, a very hearty welcome to you at KL Law College, Bangalore. Thank you.
To give you a glimpse of what lies ahead beyond the classroom, I now call upon Dr. Sharda KS, Assistant Professor of Law and HOD of the BBALLB program, and Dr. Sudha BH, Assistant Professor of Law and HOD of the BCOMLLB program, to take us through various college activities. Very good afternoon and a warm welcome to all. At Kaili Law College, we believe in shaping and not just legal minds but socially responsible and confident individuals. Our college activities are structured to give students a holistic academic experience through rigorous curricular, engaging, co-curricular and vibrant extracurricular engagements, from courtroom simulations and legal aid camps to cultural fest and field visits. Every activity is aimed at nurturing the knowledge, skills, and values. With active student committees, expert guidance, and inclusive participation, we offer a platform where each of you can explore your potential and contribute meaningfully. Let us now walk you through the various activities that make Cayley Law College a place of dynamic growth and opportunities. Welcome to the Cayley Law College, where learning meets limitless opportunities. Here, a glimpse of our college activities for the academic year of 24-25, which we have done. And our college activities are categorized into curricular, co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, and assessment. These collectively support holistic student development. We emphasize structured curriculum planning and effective delivery through the various curriculum development committees and academic committee undertake induction and orientation program, course plan development and deployment, curriculum delivery reviews, preparation of study materials, regular conduct of classes, in-semester assessment, special lectures, certificate courses, industrial visits, visit to courts, visit to protection houses and prisons. Visit to mediation center, visit to legislative houses, and internship are some of the activities which we undertaken from the academic committee and curricular development committee in the last year. Moving ahead with the co-curricular committees, we have many committees. For example, Moot Court Committee, Area Committee, Legal Services Clinic, Conference Committee, Debate and Literary Committee, IPR Cell, Navodbhava, MUN Committee, Chanakya, Commerce and Management Committee. Through these committees, we emphasize structure, curriculum planning, effective delivery of the courses, and also these moot court, ADR, and legal services debate committees shape the advocacy and communication skills. Students take active roles in planning and participating in the events. Moving ahead with the extracurricular committees like sports, Green Lions Club, NSS, Heritage Club, Parampara, Cultural Committee, and K-League Rotaract. These committees like NSS, Rotaract, and Cultural Committees promote service, leadership, and creativity. Sports and heritage activities and environmental initiatives enrich students' life. The Induction Day and Orientation Program, basically we conduct these programs to make familiar, otherwise an unfamiliar environment, to know the roles and expectations, to clarify the doubts and misconceptions, to provide the information about staff, facilities and activities of the college, to shape the information about achievements of student and the college. This helps the students to understand the college culture and our expectations too. We also aim to ease transition and build a sense of belonging. Our field visits, like open jail visits, helps the students for practical exposure through visits to the legal and correctional institutions, and enhances the understanding of justice and rehabilitations. And some of the activities from the moot court committees are training programs and workshops to hone the skills of mooting panel selection, coaching and guiding those students for moot court and trial advocacy competitions. Inter-class moot court competitions are also conducted, which helps in training for trial advocacy, national level competitions, and many more. Encouraging the legal research, oratory, and teamwork in the students. Moving ahead with the moot court competitions that we have done as a 7th National Constitutional Law Moot Court Competition, which was organized from 22nd and 24th November 2024. These are all the just glimpse of the 7th Constitutional Law Moot Court Competition, which offers a platform for legal argumentation at the national levels. The Legal Aid Cell and ADR Committee conduct legal awareness camps in association with NSS unit of the college, organizing environmental law awareness campaigns with the Green Lions Club of the college, training the ADR skills like mediation and negotiation to the students, and we also organize visit to the mediation center, visit to the neighborhood schools so that we can conduct many activities in the schools which engages in the legal awareness and social outreach programs, trains the students in mediation and negotiation skills. The legal aid cell activities continues for the outreach program, which is dedicated to the welfare of the senior citizens, conducted in the 24th February 2025. These legal aid activities include the visit to the elderly homes and social services, which strengthens the students' social empathy and legal awareness. NSS camps, which promoting the legal literacy through the community interactions, where the student gain experience in the public legal educations, and also conducted International Epilepsy Day and oral health event with the concept of Happy Mind, Happy Mouth and Happy Mind on 21st March 2025, where the student participates in awareness campaigns on health and rights, integration of law and social and public health issues, and first National Labour Law Conciliation Competition was also conducted on the 8th and 9th November 2024 by the ADR and Labour Law Conciliation Committees, which is organized the innovative competitions in labour law dispute resolutions, which sharpens the ADR skills through the realistic simulations. The conference committee activities like Indian Data Protection Summit 2024, which was organized on 30th November and 1st December 2024, where students are engaged with the experts on the current legal developments, encouraging the dialogue and research on contemporary legal topics through these competitions. The annual Constitution Law Conference, organized on 14th and 15th April of 2025, this annual conference, exploring the vital constitutional themes, enhances legal reasoning and academic presentation skills. The Model United Nations Conference, which was done on the 6th and 8th of December 2024, which simulates international diplomacy and legal negotiations, which builds the public speaking, teamwork, and the global awareness. The IPR Quiz 2024 on the 4th March 25, Navodbhava, they present various activities engaging the students in intellectual property awareness, promotes the innovation and legal literacy programs. The Wanijya Nagari 4 on the 9th April 2025, which merges the law, commerce, and management themes in a fair format, students demonstrate the enterprise and creativity. And International Yoga Day on 20th and 21st June 2024, which promotes the physical and mental well-being, integrates health into the student's life. These are all the few activities that we conducted. Dr. Sunita H, the HOD, will continue, and Madam, please take over the session for the continuation of these college activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharda ma'am. Good afternoon to all the respected guests, parents, freshers, and esteemed faculty members. I, Dr. Sunita BH, HOD of BCOMLLB, once again extend a warm welcome to each one of you to our KLE family. Today marks the beginning of an exciting journey. It's a foundation for dynamic career that aspire you to build versatile professionals. It's a nurturing the ideas, values which enable creating a better world. Our vision is to give outstanding education service to all the students and equip them as a graduate of law to be efficient in their domain and thereby contribute for the upliftment of justice in the society. And also ensuring the holistic development of the students by giving a fair importance to curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. The KLE Law College promote equal emphasis on sports and physical fitness. During the academic year 2024 and 25, we have conducted annual sports meet that promote athletic spirit and healthy competition among the students. And students were encouraged to take part in sports to build their leadership and coordination skills. The faculty members also participated in the sports to create the sporting spirit and college bonding. You can see the glimpse of all the students and faculty participation in the sports day events that happen once in a year. We are proud to share that our students have participated in Kelo India events, a flagship initiative by the Government of India to promote sports at the grassroots level. The certificates reflects national level participation and recognition of our student sportsmanship, discipline and talent. Our college actively supports and trains the students for such a prestigious events. We provide facilities that the law students can excel both academic and national sports with the right encouragement and ecosystem. The college, the cultural committee conduct events like Ad Infinitum, Cultural Fest, Spandan, intra-class events for the students to showcase their talents. From the cultural committee, we also conduct the inauguration of college activities like Freshers' Day, celebrate all the national and state important festivals. You can see where the Honorable Minister Sidramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar Minister were also joined our walkathon on the mark of Gandhi Jayanti and Lal Bahadur Shastri Jayanti near Vidhan Soudha last year. The college organized annual day program to celebrate in recognizing academic, co-curricular and extracurricular accomplishment of our students. We facilitate toppers, competition winners, and distribute awards to exceptional contributors to the college. In farewell program is a moment of gratitude and farewell to our graduating batch. Seniors shares memories and inspirational messages with the juniors and fostering a strong alumni student bond. Avigna, it's our annual celebration of Ganesha Chaturthi, a vibrant festival symbolizing wisdom, prosperity, and unity, where our students actively participate by performing puja and celebrating with devotion and joy. On the same day, we also observe Ethnic Day, where our students dress in a traditional attire representing India's diverse culture and foster the sense of pride in one's heritage and encourage cultural exchange among students. It also serves a break from a routine, refreshing everyone's spirit, energy. Through such events, we build a strong sense of belongingness and inclusiveness in the college. Cultural committee organize every year the Freshers' Day, that is Ujjwala Shubharamba, to welcome the first year student into KLE family. And it helps to create a friendly, inclusive, and joyful environment from the very beginning. It gives an opportunity to showcase their talents and it boosts the confidence, communication, and bonding among the new classmates. Kannada Rajyosava is also tribute to a rich heritage, language, and culture of Karnataka. It instills culture, pride, and regional awareness among the students. It teaches to respect our roots while embracing diversity. You can see former judge Santosh Hegde sir with us on that day. The college organized Republic Day every year marks that the Constitution of India came into effect and signifies India becoming a sovereign, democratic and republic. A day to remember freedom fighters and constitutional makers. Our college also celebrates the graduation day, which is a culmination of academic journey to honor our graduating students. It makes the transition from the college life to professional world. A moment of pride for the parents seeing their children transforming over the years. Further, our college celebrate grand homecoming event for the proud alumni to reconnect and celebrate their achievements. It strengthens the bond between institution and the former student. It creates a platform for sharing the experience, career guidance, and mentorship. We also conduct special guest lecture and panel discussion from them. They serve as role models for our current students. Chikuru, it is an institutional annual souvenir, a reflection of our academic, cultural, and institutional milestones. It is encouraged the literary and artistic contribution from the students and the staff showcase the student and faculty achievement. It's a mirror of institutional soul, a document to be remembered in your journey. And next one is in-house counseling. The institution provides access to qualified in-house counselor to support the student emotional, academic, and career development needs. Ms. Chandani, she is the in-house counselor, and she will keep all the confident and information about the students. Parents are welcome to connect if they are observe any behavioral or emotional concern. And this is most important, the parents' role in academic life of their ward. Parents are kindly stay connect with the mentor. Usually we give 25 mentees and one mentor. And also you can connect to class teacher as well as HOD for updating about their academic progress, attendance and behavioral of their wards. Participate in parent-teacher meeting, which will happen twice in a semester, academic orientation and any other special briefings. Parents, kindly follow the updates which you are getting through the official WhatsApp group, circular and notice. Early communication can help to resolve the problems, and if you wanted to escalate any other issue, you can go directly to this channels. Next one is placement committee. The placement officer is charge of career guidance and internship. The placement officer helps student explore the internship opportunity in law firms, courts, NGOs, and legal departments, and provide the career counseling aligned with student interests, judiciary, corporate law, civil services, etc. With this, I would like to end my presentations relating to extracurricular activities which we conduct in our institution. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Sharda ma'am and Sunita ma'am, for that engaging overview of the enriching opportunities awaiting our students. Now it's time to know about the people who will be shaping the academic journey of our students. I invite Ms. BBALLB Hiremat, Assistant Professor of Management, to introduce our faculty members.
Good afternoon, one and all. So, a very warm welcome to all new students. I'm delighted to introduce our faculty members who will be guiding you through your academic journey. So, first, the pillar of the organization, Professor Dr. J. Mallikarjunayya, Dean, Faculty of Law, Kelly Technological University Principal, Kelly Law College. Then we'll go ahead with teaching staff. Our Vice Principal, Dr. Anita M.J., HOD, LLM. Professor Dr. Ratnakar Aitar, Adjunct Professor of Law. Next, Professor Dr. S.G. Godapnawar, Professor of Law. Dr. Vishnu Prasad R., Associate Professor, HOD of Research and Development. Here, I would like to introduce Dr. Mantesh V.M., Associate Professor of Law, and Dr. Sharda, I guess you have already met her, Dr. Sharda K.S., HOD BBALLB, Assistant Professor of Law. Dr. Sarla A. Vaidya, HOD BALLB, Assistant Professor of Economics. Ms. Sharmila H.S., HOD LLB, Assistant Professor of Law. Dr. Sunita B.H., HOD BCOMLLB, Assistant Professor of Law. Ms. Rashmi R., Chief Examination Officer and Assistant Professor of Law. Dr. Mahesh R., Assistant Professor of Law. Dr. Manoj V. Remat, IQAC Coordinator, First Year Coordinator, Assistant Professor of Law. Dr. Yogesh, Associate Professor of Law. Dr. Madhusudan Ji, Associate Professor of Political Science. Glad to introduce myself, Ms. Deepali V. Remat, Assistant Professor of Management. Ms. Soumya N.M., Assistant Professor of Law. Mr. Harsh Pratap, Assistant Professor of Law. Ms. Deepa H., Assistant Professor of Management and Commerce. Mr. Tanmay J. Patil, Assistant Professor of Law. Mr. Prasad G. Hiremat, Assistant Professor of Law. Ms. Tilaka N.S., Assistant Professor of Law. Dr. Anita R., Assistant Professor of English. Ms. Chandrakala P., Assistant Professor of Economics. Ms. Rashmi, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Shamali, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Mudassir, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Siddhi, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Payal Das, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Anush, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Bharat, Assistant Professor of English, Ms. Shipra, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Natilda, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Maimun, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Avishkar, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Shushma, Assistant Professor of Management and Commerce, Ms. Ashwarya, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Srinivas, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Kavya, a proud alumni, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Parvati, Assistant Professor of English, Ms. Nisha, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Anusha Koti, again a proud alumni, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Meryl, Assistant Professor of Law, Dr. Lata, Assistant Professor of Economics, Ms. Kirti, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Suvarna, Assistant Professor of Management and Commerce, Ms. Gayatri, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Sarangi, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Khushi, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Anna Tom, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Aishi, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Yashashwini, Assistant Professor of History, Mr. Aviral, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Kanika, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Bijoya, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Kushwan, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. N.R. Divyashri, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Naveen Talwar, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Rajalakshmi, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Amit Khare, he is a placement officer, Ms. Ananya, Assistant Professor of Economics, Ms. Sunita, Assistant Professor of Management and Commerce, Ms. Vinci, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Shruti, again, Shushti, proud alumni, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Heram, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Deepa, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Sahana, Assistant Professor and proud alumni of a college, Ms. Soumya Raj, Assistant Professor of Law, Mr. Priyansh, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Shusha, Assistant Professor of Law, Ms. Megha, Assistant Professor of Economics, Ms. Atulya, Assistant Professor of Law. Now I would like to go ahead with library and sports. Mr. Dharmavir Kusgal, he is a librarian. Mr. Shailesh, he is Assistant Librarian. Mr. Lakshmi Narsappa, Physical Education Director. Ms. Chandni V.S., Mental Health Counselor. And these are few of our prominent guest faculty who are from well-known streams like former railway officers, former magistrate, corporate employee, then advocate from High Court of Karnataka, and arbitrator. These are few of the names. Then I would like to go ahead with administrative staff. These are few of our administrative staff over here. With this, one of the supporting staff without whom we would not survive. So these are few of our supporting staff over here. With this, I would like to welcome all of you to KLE Law College. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepali ma'am, for helping us put faces to the names our students will soon become very familiar with. For a deeper understanding of the curriculum, academic and learning outcomes, I now call upon Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hiramut, IQAC Coordinator and FYC, to give us an overview of the program structure.
Good afternoon. Dear students and parents of BBALLB and BCOMLLB program. Next 5 years, your ward will be undergoing the training here. For that, you are supposed to know the whole program structure and the assessment structure. Once
you admit your ward here. We want you to be visiting the college every semester, but then we will not be able to explain all these things. So I want parents to be aware about the whole program structure. No doubt, I cannot give you in detail because it requires almost 3 hours to explain everything. I'll just give you an overview so that you'll be aware as to what is the program your ward is undergoing. Um, be it a BALLB, BBALLB, BCOMLLB, it's a 5 years program with 10 semesters, and this BBA as well as BCom has 59 subjects, what we call it as courses, and put together 200 and 222 credits they are supposed to earn to complete this degree. The academic year will be divided into 3 segments: odd semester, even semester, and summer semester. So every academic year starts with this odd semester, usually in the month of August. Maybe next year it may start from the month of July. It will go on for 22 weeks. This 22 weeks includes the conduct of regular classes plus end semester examination, gets over in 22 weeks. And in each semester, students are required to take up minimum uh, subjects worth 20 credit, means they cannot register less than that. Then even in the even semester, same thing repeats. It also has 22 weeks, and there the student can register for not less than 20 credits. See, this 20 credits language I will explain later to students in another orientation. See, every subject will be earmarked with some credits. This credits has something to do with number of classes you attend or number of lecture hours one is supposed to attend to complete that course. So that is the credit system. And after every even semester, there's something called summer semester. This summer semester is not meant for everybody. This is meant for someone who has suffered a backlog or not eligible grade, the one who has got a not eligible grade. I will explain that further. Means to say, in the odd semester and even semester, if student is not able to clear some subjects, maybe because of health reasons, because of some contingencies, maybe for various reasons you may not be able to clear the subjects, you remain absent for the exam, or you did not attend the classes, so you become not eligible to take examination. So this is the best opportunity for those students to clear their backlogs in summer semester. That happens after every even semester for 8 weeks, means almost 2 months. This summer semester is, we can call it as fast track semester. Whatever we do in a regular semester, everything will be repeated there in a fast forward mode. Instead of cutting classes for around 16 weeks, it will be conducted for 8 weeks. Like that, it will be useful to those students who suffer eligible grade in your subjects. And coming to the assessment structure, the every subject is assessed in two methods. One is internal assessment, and another is end semester examination. So every subject is assessed for 100 marks, and it is divided into 50-50. 50 marks for internal assessment and 50 marks for end semester examination. There are some subjects where there will be no end semester examination. Usually, they are skill development courses or elective courses. They carry 2 credits. So for them, the regulation does not prescribe end semester examination. Though those subjects will be assessed totally for 100 marks through internal assessments only. Whereas the subjects which carry 4 credits, barring some clinical courses, They will be having end semester examination. So there, 50 marks is for internal assessment and 50 marks for end semester examination. First, let me explain you a little bit about 50 marks internal assessment. You can see that the 50 marks in the first column is divided into 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 5. So these internal assessments will be of two different categories. What we call it as teacher evolved assessment method, TEAM in short. Means every subject teacher is given a autonomy to design what kind of assessment they want to conduct to assess the learning of the student in that particular subject. Maybe a management study subject you may be studying, their assessment is different. A law subject, when you are studying, the assessment may be different. So first 15 marks, there will be one kind of assignment or seminar or role play or maybe presentation or whatever it may be, which requires to test your learning. So that carries 15 marks. Then next 15 marks, after 3 units are covered from the syllabus, then there will be a midterm examination. So we can call it as again a theory testing method. So there your knowledge of learning in the first 3 units will be done through a midterm exam. So that carries 15 marks. After midterm exam is over, another assessment will take place, another different assessment. Maybe again, depends on the teacher. They may ask you to make a case analysis or case studies or presentation, anything that is required to meet the requirement of the subject. So like that, 3 different assessments will happen in a span of 90 days. Right? This semester will be having 90 working days wherein the classes will be conducted. Apart from this, you find the last segment, that is 5. 5 marks are earmarked for attendance. A student who attends classes 96% and more ends up earning 5 marks. Means to say, if you are earning or if you are maintaining 75% attendance in a subject, you are just eligible to write exam. If you earn 76%, you earn 1 marks. So from 76 to 81 marks, 81 to 85, 2 marks, like that, it goes on. And if somebody is very regular, has 96% attendance, ends up getting 5 marks in every subject if he has attended 96% every subject. So that is, for your presence in the class, your participation in the class, you earn 5 marks. So make best use of it. That makes a lot of difference to your CGPA or SGPA, as the case may be. Then out of this 50 marks, you should get minimum 20 marks. Otherwise, you will be considered not eligible to take end semester examination. So in internal assessment also, there is minimum passing. Put together all the 50. So out of 50, you must earn minimum 20 marks. Then coming to the end semester examination. So though the assessment weightage attached to end semester examination is 50, but examination is conducted for 100 marks. Invariably, every subject will have 5 units, and each unit carries 20 marks. So that's how it is 20 multiplied by 5, it is 100. So exam will be conducted for 100 marks. Later on, the marks will be scaled down to 50. For example, you earn 70 marks in end semester examination out of 100, it will be made as 35, half of it. So 35 you earned in end semester examination, maybe around 40 you have earned in ISA. So 40 plus 35 becomes your total score in that particular subject. So there are 2 things you are supposed to fulfill to get end semester examination. One is you must earn minimum 20 marks in ISA, in semester assessment. And you should have minimum 75% attendance in that subject. So it is subject-wise attendance, not cumulative or not collectively all the subjects put together 75%. No. Every subject you should have 75% attendance minimum. Only when you have a 75% attendance plus 20 marks out of ISA, you will be declared as eligible to take end semester examination. Else, you will be given any E grade, that is not eligible. I was telling you about summer semester in the beginning. So the moment you get any grade, you have to take that subject again. You have to register for that subject again in summer semester to clear it. So in summer semester, we will conduct classes again to that particular subject. You have to attend classes, do assessments, take midterm exam, and then write end semester examination. There also you should have 75% attendance. So I appeal all of you not to make use of summer semester. Do not earn any grade so that you need not spend your 2 months in college again. Instead, you are supposed to do internship. About internship, I will tell you later again. Then attendance policy, partially I have told you by now. So in every subject, you should have a minimum 75%. If you fail to secure 75%, you will be declared as not eligible. Then you will take summer semester examination. And summer semester examination requires you to pay fees again per subject. So do not burden the parents, do not waste the money of the parents. Don't make use of the summer semester, clear all the subjects, earn eligibility in every subject in odd and even semester only. Then there will be a question about vertical progression. What is eligibility to go to next year? Again, here we speak in terms of credits. See, I'll just give an example of the first year. So first semester and second semester put together, there are 46 credits you're supposed to earn in the first year. If you pass in all the subjects, you will earn 46 credits. Obviously, you are eligible. But by any chance, you not able to clear the some subjects, whether you are eligible to go to next year. There is a limitation prescribed. That means you are permitted to fail, or it is fine even if you have some backlog. But that backlog should not be more than 18 credits. If you have subjects equal to 18 credits as backlog, still you can go to second year. But if you have 19 credits backlog, then you will not be allowed to go to next year. And this 18 credits rule applies to every year without accumulating first year, second year, third year. No. First year to second year also you should not have not more than 18 credits. Second year to third year also you should not have more than 18 credits as back. Means at any given point of time you cannot have more than 18 credits as back paper. Right? Keep that in mind. It is not 18 credits back you can keep every year. No. At any point of time, we should not have more than 18 credits as back. Right? Keep that in mind. We will explain you further in orientation to students if you are not clear about it. Right? So, if such student is not able to go to next year after first semester and second semester, again I told you have to make best use of the summer semester, earn credits and pass those subjects and go to next year. Else you will suffer year back. Even after taking summer semester, if you are not able to clear the subjects, then that's a year back. You will suffer year back. You will not go to next year. Then there are some functionaries whom you should contact for different purposes. So we have this mentor-mentee system. For every teacher, there will be 20 students assigned as mentees. The mentor's responsibility is to follow up and oversee the activities of those 20 students and guide them in all activities, not just academics, co-curricular, curricular, their personal problems, everything the mentor is supposed to take care. So your ward will be assigned with one mentor. So you should be knowing who is the mentor of your ward. So after maybe 15-20 days, get to know from your ward because we will be assigning one teacher to each one of them and that teacher is responsible to take care of the overall development of that particular student. So contact mentor for understanding the activities of your ward. Then class teacher, since class teacher changes every year, you want to know what is the uh, performance of your ward in that particular class. First semester, second semester, class teacher changes. So again, get to know from your ward who is a class teacher in each semester, get their contact number and contact them to check whether he is regularly attending classes or not, or participating in the class or not. To check that, you can contact. Then in the program, you were introduced to HODs, Dr. Sharda, BBALLB HOD, and Dr. Sunita. So kindly contact them. Any matter relating to academic related matters, the contact number will be shared with you. Then there is a chief examination officer, Madam Rashmi. So any examination related issues, you can contact her. Then I'm the first year coordinator for all academic regulations, explanation, details you want. You can contact me. I will give you all the explanation. Then principal and dean for all the above matters. If you want to get more information or any disciplinary actions have been initiated against your ward for the wrongs done, you have to meet principal. Nobody else can address that issue. So these are the functionaries whom you should be contacting for different purposes. Then, this is most important to get the regular updates about the college activities, be it about events, be it about admission date, examination dates, timetable, exam timetable, holidays, break, summer semester, everything. All that important information will be updated on WhatsApp group. Each program parents WhatsApp group is created. I guess it was given to you, QR code was given to you in registration counter. If not, contact registration counter or the HOD, get the access to WhatsApp group and join that WhatsApp group, because that WhatsApp group will be in turn added to the community where we will be posting all the updates. So you get all the updates only if you are there on the WhatsApp group, because it's humanly not possible to communicate each one of you separately. So that's why we post it in community so that everybody gets information about that. And all these functionaries can be contacted over phone. Please do contact only between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Do not contact anybody after 4 p.m. Respect their private times and family time. We are here for 8 hours. Kindly contact us for all queries. And in case you call, they do not attend, maybe they are in the classroom or they are in attending some event or they are in meeting, kindly drop a message. Based on the need, they will call you back and give you the necessary information. Then regularly be in touch with these functionaries to get the updates about your work. So mentor-mentee system I have already explained you, so I will not repeat that. So there is one platform called Continue, means a kind of a ERP. So there, all the details of your students will be available, and on that portal only, these mentors will be maintaining the records of your ward. If any student has any concern, so they meet mentor. A mentor will record it on this platform, saying, for example, somebody is having a difficulty in understanding the subject, or somebody is facing a health issue, or somebody is facing some uh, disturbance in the class. So that will be recorded there, and follow-up meetings will be done, and all possible efforts will be made to provide a remedy to that candidate. So it will be there on the Continue platform. Then coming to another very important aspect, a disciplinary matter, dress code. So there is a uniform which a student has to wear 2 days a week. That's Monday and Thursday. Uniform is white shirt, black trouser. For both girls and boys can wear the same. Girls have extra option. They can wear also the salwar kameez, but salwar kameez has to be white and white. No t-shirt, no short tops, nothing. T-shirt means shirt, not t-shirt. Salwar kameez again a decent white salwar kameez with formal black shoes. No sport shoes, no Crocs on the uniform day. After a month or so, we will be issuing a black blazer. A measurement will be taken and it takes some time to prepare them. So maybe after 2 months it will be issued. Along with this uniform, you should wear that black blazer every Monday and Thursday. Plus, you should wear uniform during examinations, end semester examinations, plus any events we prescribe or and during vivavos and such other things. Rest all days you can wear any formal dress as long as it is decent, it is permissible. Don't ask me to define what is decent, but parents know better, so you can certify whether it is decent or not. Accordingly, permit your ward to wear the decent attire and come to college. And specifically, there are certain things prohibited that will be shared again with you on WhatsApp group. There is a dress code in black and white we have printed and published, so that will be shared. But most important thing is we do not entertain students wearing these stone jeans, stone t-shirts, pants, jeans, nothing doing. They will not be allowed to enter the gate at all if they come in these stone cloths and if they come wearing Crocs. Right? So kindly cooperate in this matter. Do not have any bargain with this. And as a parents, I request all of you to guide your ward to wear uniform on the days of uniform. Unfortunately, I get some calls saying that no, today it is raining, so I could not wear white shirt. Allow him to enter the gate. No, please don't call me. Have extra pair of uniform. Don't give such excuses. You only remind today is a Monday, go in uniform. Today is a Thursday, go in uniform. If you do not cooperate, we cannot bring discipline among the students. Tomorrow, if they become advocates, they have to wear white shirt, black pant all the 6 days. Right? So let us prepare them for profession and make them disciplined now only. I was speaking about continuum platform. The access will be given to you maybe in a month's time. So what for you use this for checking the attendance status. See, attendance is marked on this platform. On day-to-day basis, you can check. Then internal assessment marks will be entered there. So you can check how many marks your ward has earned. Then how many credits he has earned after the end semester examination. What is the letter grade, whether A grade, B grade, C grade. Then what is the CGPA and SGPA. That all comes in the continuum platform. And the same platform is also used for payment of fees, be it admission fees, examination fees, summer semester fees, revaluation, photocopy, X grade. So all payments should be done only on this platform. There is no any other mode of payment. And how to log in? It's very simple. Your ward will be allotted with the student registration number, SRN. That will be a user ID, and the date of birth of your son or daughter is going to be the password. Enter that, then enter the captcha that comes under the this user ID and password. Then you will be logged in. You can check all these things and use the platform. One last thing, we have drawn this academic calendar for this academic year. So we are commencing with classes on 4th August. Then this semester will get over 24th December with all end semester examination. Then there will be around 9 to 10 days break between odd semester and even semester. You can see that after 24th December, classes will commence on 5th January for even semester. There may be 1 or 2 days change in that, depends on the public holidays or unexpected holidays declared by the government. But broadly it will remain same. So 5th Jan we are commencing with the even semester in the year 2026. Then that even semester gets over on 11th May. Then immediately after even semester, very from next day, from 12th May onwards, we call it as summer vacation, but it is not a time to rest, but it is a time to do internship. I told you in the beginning, I'll tell you about something about internship. Internship is a mandatory requirement for BBALLB, BCOMLLB. You must do minimum 5 internship in 5 years. And each internship carries 4 credits and it will be assessed for 100 marks. Means you have 500 marks for internship itself. So you are supposed to do a 4 weeks internship consecutively without any gap in between. 4 weeks continuously you have to do internship. Where to do, how to get internship, that all I will explain in the orientation after a few days. Just to know that, parents should know that you should send your ward to internship during this summer vacation. Do not plan for summer holidays. You can still plan for 10-15 days, but major portion of the summer vacation should be for doing internship. I should tell one thing here, if a student suffers backlog, then he can't do internship because he will be attending summer semester classes. So ensure that your child doesn't have any backlog. Follow up and make them to study so that they will not have any backlogs. Because at the same time the summer semester starts. I have mentioned that commencement of summer semester 18th May and it will get over on 18th July. So exactly 2 months. So in that 2 months, those who have cleared all the subject will be internship. Those who are not cleared and those who have suffered in any grade will be attending classes still in the college and not able to do internship. So such student will not be able to complete the degree within 5 years because you must do internship. So you have to do internship later, then you may have to complete your degree after 6 years, after 7 years. So don't give a chance for that. So after that, in all probability, we will start next academic year on the 20th July 2026. I told you there may be a little change, 1 or 2 days, depending on the holidays that come in. Otherwise, this is going to be the broad calendar for this academic year. Okay. So these are the things I wanted to share, and I want parents should be aware about. With that, I end my presentation. But however, if you have any clarification to seek, you have any question, anything about academics or rules or attendance or uniform, college timing, library, whatever. If you have any clarifications to seek, you can ask. Myself and HODs will be try to address the queries. So then, pass on the mic. You just raise your hand. Mic will be passed on there, and you can ask question. So that will help everybody. Any question? And I can speak in 3 languages: Hindi, Kannada, and English. You can ask questions in any of these 3 languages. Anybody? Yes, please. There. Yeah. Madam, just a second. There's one question.
When you say the summer semester students cannot take the internships, so can't they simultaneously maybe with some extra efforts, if the student is willing to do that, can't you help them to get the internship?
That is not possible for the reason I told you. In summer semester, if a student has suffered any, means because of shortage of attendance or because of shortage of internal marks, if he is given any grade to that subject, he is supposed to attend classes again. In summer semester, we conduct classes again. So when he is attending classes, he can't do internship. So that's why I told, if you suffer not eligible, if you get any grade, you will not be able to do internship. Then you will ask me, then when to do internship? You have to do after 5 years. Complete your degree after 7 years. So don't take that risk. Earn eligibility. Worst thing I will tell you. Earn attendance, earn 20 marks, write exam. Even after writing exam, if you are not able to clear, you need not attend summer semester classes. You have to come and write exam only. That's called as X grade. There are two things, any grade and X grade. X grade is you are eligible to write exam, wrote exam, but you failed. You will be given X grade, right? Any grade is you are not given exam at all. Why? Because you either fell short of attendance or fell short of marks, internal marks. So don't have any grade. It's fine even if you have X grade, 1 or 2. If you fail after writing exam, then in summer semester for this X grade, there will be no classes. Suppose I think that I have failed in one subject, legal methods, which I teach. So then I need not attend legal methods classes in summer semester. I'll just pay 1,000 rupees fees for that subject. Then end of the summer semester there will be examination. I'll just come and write. So remaining 40 days, 50 days, I'll do internship. So if you have X grade, no problem, you can do internship and write your X grade exam. But if you have any grade, then you will not be able to do internship because you will be required to attend classes here.
Not just the classes, he has to undergo with all the internal assessment. With the midterm examination, team 1 and team 2, he has to repeat if he is ineligible in the shortage of attendance. So he has conducted or done with all the midterm team 1 and team 2, but he has to take it again if he is an any student.
So everything has to be repeated in summer semester if you have any grade. It's as good as you are studying that subject afresh. Only difference is we conduct only maybe 30 hours of classes to give you an overview of the subject which you have already studied, but you fell short of attendance or maybe you could not earn internal marks. So you will be required to attend classes. Yes, there is a question.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ KLLB ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆಗಿರೋ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈಗ 5 years ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಜಡ್ಜ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದೇ ಓನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ನಿಜಾನ ಸುಳ್ಳ?
There is no such kind of things. Though we have a separate university, it doesn't mean that they cannot apply for the judge exam. For appearing for the judge exam, you have to practice for minimum 3 years. There is a judiciary rule. It is commonly applicable for every university. There is no differentiate in the KLE Technological University or in the any other university.
Madam, see, there are as many as 15 private universities in Bangalore itself. All these 15 private universities are law schools. All the students who study there and earn LLB degree are eligible to take magistrate exam. Only requirement is that law school should have been recognized by Bar Council of India and Karnataka government. If these two things are there, whether it's a private university, whether it's a government law college or the university law college, doesn't make any difference. He should have a recognized, he should have a law degree from recognized university. That's the requirement. See, till last year, the requirement was you have degree and write judge exam. Now there is going to be a change. That's not your question, but still let me tell you. Now there is small change in the rules are going to be there, that you must practice for 3 years as a lawyer, then you can take magistrate exam. In your state, sir?
Yeah.
Here, Karnataka. Oh, is it? That's the latest update, but I will verify and share it. So sir is saying it's already went 4 years. So if that is the case, then you have to practice for 4 years. But however, I said I will verify and update. Because I was just aware about Supreme Court order that it suggested that there has to be 3 years practice. Otherwise, there was no requirement of practice in Karnataka. You can directly take examination immediately after getting a law degree. That was a position just a year back. But it has not changed, is what sir is saying. But I am verifying. Yes. Anything else? Yeah, there.
Sir, the total course of BBA LLB, the first 2 years will be majorly studying BBA. But how could we pursue the internships?
That program structure we will show you in orientation. Sit, please. This management subjects in BBA as well as BCOMLLB is spread across 6 semesters. From first semester to 6th semester, you will have minimum 1 subject, maximum 3 subjects of management studies. Be it a business studies, HRM, strategic management, accountancy, whatever it is. You will have minimum 1, maximum 3 management subjects. It means all other subjects are law subjects, right? So from day 1, from first semester itself, you have some law subjects. First semester, you have legal methods and law forms. Second semester, you have law contract. Like that, every semester has a law paper. That's one thing. So to some extent, you are equipped to do internship in law firm or under lawyer from the first year itself. However, there is no requirement that you must do internship in a lawyer's office. Internship can be done any place where you have something to learn, maybe about a business enterprise or maybe about law, maybe about judiciary. There is no bar at all. NGO, Human Rights Commission, lawyer's office, maybe chartered accountant's office, anywhere you can do. It all depends on what you want to be next. See, you are determined to be a lawyer, then do internship in lawyer's office. You're determined to be a legal advisor, you want to join a corporate sector. Go to some company, do internship in legal cell of that particular company. So every company will have a legal cell. So you can do internship from very first year. See, most of our BBALLB, BCOMLLB students, what they do is, in the first year, they go and do internship in some companies, partnership firms, or law firms, where there is something relating to management to learn, be it about maybe HR management, be it about finance management. They go and study that for 4 weeks and come back. So it's left to you. What you want to be after 5 years, depending on that, you have to choose your internship. If you are under confusion, do consult mentor. They will guide you where and how to get an internship. Like I told you, there will be a detailed presentation for each program by the mentor cell. Mentor cell will come and explain where to do internship, how to get it, what are the sources of getting internship. All that will be explained further. I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Yes? Anybody else? So college timing, it's already told you, it is from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. minimum. It may go up to 3:30 sometimes, depending on the extra classes we schedule. When your ward comes to 4th year, from 4th year, the college timing will be from 8 o'clock. If you ask me why, because from 4th year onwards, there will be some procedural law which has to be taught by lawyers, practicing lawyers. So the practicing lawyers have to go to court. So they come here at 8 o'clock, teach up to 10 o'clock, then they go to court. So to make you learn the procedural subject from lawyers themselves, from retired judges, from arbitrators, we schedule classes from 8 o'clock, 8 to 1:30, depending on the number of subjects you will be having. And number of subjects, I have told you 59. So on an average, there will be minimum 5 subjects in every semester. Some semester has 6, some semester has 7. So when I say 7, 2 subjects will be of 2 credits in skill development courses, elective courses, where there will be no end semester examination for that. Remaining 4 or 5 will be having end semester examination. So that is the college timing. Then library will be open from 9:30 to 7 o'clock every day, Saturday up to 5 o'clock. If student require and if student request, we keep library open on Sunday also between 9 to 2 p.m. It depends on the requirement of the students. Whenever they give a requisition, we keep it open. Then, as principal sir said in his address, need not buy any books. There are sufficient books in library. Unless you want to possess your own personal copy, you can buy it. That too not required now. Only after your classes commences with the advice of your class teacher, course teacher, subject teacher, you can buy 1 or 2. And to facilitate that, what we do is every 2 months we invite a bookseller here only. He brings all the subject books and puts up a small stall here. He gives you a discount also. You can purchase here only. You need not go in search of books because he brings only those books which we have prescribed. Sometimes they may not be available in the open market. So you can buy books here only. You need not go in search of books. Try to have a laptop because a lot of assignments will be given. You are required to have the laptop to do those assignments, even online databases that are there. So in order to have access to that, we should make best use of the laptop. Yes, that's all from our end. If there are no questions, we can call it a day. If you have not completed the admission formalities, kindly go down, complete admission formalities of submitting documents of payment of fees. From tomorrow, orientation commences at 9 a.m.
Orientation start from tomorrow till Saturday. We have orientation. This detailed schedule has been shared in your WhatsApp group. The first year BBALLB 25 and 26 batch, and BCOM also will be shared. Please don't miss any of the sessions. So we'll see you tomorrow for the orientation. Thank you. Conclude today's induction program. We thank you all for your gracious presence and participation. We look forward to an enriching academic year ahead. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.